Hello guys, welcome to Makaut Smashers. In this video, we will learn about the important topics for DBMS like Database Management System subject, and the subject code is PCCCS 601. Okay, so we will discuss the chapter wise important topics related to this subject. Okay, so the first chapter is Database System Architecture. So in this chapter we have some small types of concepts. Okay, like three schema architecture, and various types of data models, and also the relational database RDBMS. And the role of DBA, database administrator, and the database manager. And some unique topic like CODS rule, this will be very important. Okay, so CODS 12 rule. So some explanation like DDL, DML, okay, etc. Some differences can be asked like database and tables. Okay, so and difference between procedural and non-procedural DML. Okay, so these are the important topics for the first chapter, database system architecture, and also the difference between DBMS versus conventional file system. File system. Okay, so this is the important topic for the first chapter. Okay, so the second chapter, entity relationship model. So in this chapter, so this chapter is very important for this semester examination because no questions actually asked in previous 2023 exam in this chapter. Okay, so this chapter will be very important. Okay, so we need to learn about the ER models, some symbolic representation in ER model we used in traditional way, and next is very important like cardinality ratio, and its types. Okay, And so mapping constants and also the types of attributes, different types of attributes like derived, okay, will be important. And some other topics like three levels of abstraction in DBMS. Okay, and so entity sets, the concept of entity, okay, you will learn about in this ER model. Okay, so entity set and strong and weak entity. Okay, so the other topics like some different type of constant like disjoint constant. Okay, so like degree, cardinality of a relationship. So in the exam you have a problem and now you need to draw the ER diagram for this problem statement. Okay, so this type of question can be asked in the semester examination like software engineering. You have a given real world problem and now you need to draw the ER diagram according to that problem. Okay, so this chapter is very important for the semester examination. Okay, so now the third chapter, relational model and relational algebra. In this chapter is less important because maximum question asked in the previous exam from this chapter, but you need to study this chapter because some portion can be asked and some new portion can be asked from this chapter. Okay, so rdms, the data dictionary and metadata is important for this chapter also. Okay, and various type of keys. Okay, like you can say the super key, primary key, candidate key, okay, foreign key, alternative key. Okay, so you need to study these keys and their relationships and also the relationships between each keys. Okay, so there will be a superset, there will be a subset. Okay, so we need to identify this. Okay, so this will be the relations, okay, between each keys and differences. Okay, relationships and also the differences of between every keys. So now we have relational calculus. So in relational calculus we have various types of operators. So okay, so we need to study operators. So in this relational calculus we need to study operators. So operators like we have a basic and derived operator. So in the basic we have like projection, selection, cross product, okay, union, rename, set difference. So projection, selection, cross product, union, okay, rename, set difference, okay. And in the derived we have main three portions, like in the derived case we have join, intersect, and division, okay. So in the join portion we have lots of topics, okay. So various types of joins can be asked, like in the join portions we have left outer join, right outer join, okay, right, full join, okay. So like theta join, okay. So this will be important for this year also. And Cartesian product, okay. So the various types of questions, like constants in DBMS, in DBMS. So we have some constraint like domain constraint, okay, domain, entity integrity constraint, referential integrity, which is related to the foreign key, and also key constraints, okay. So some topics like query processing steps, and tuple and domain relational calculus, relational calculus. So some numericals or some numerical type question can be asked, okay. Numerical means here you have a table and you need to run a query by using relational algebra, okay, by using some relational algebra operators. You need to construct a query, okay. So number 4 chapter is functional dependency and normalization. So this is very important. So various types of question in the previous exam already asked, like find the normalizations form, okay. You have a given functional dependency set. Now you need to find out the which normal form it belongs to, and you need to convert it into according to the given normal form, and also some questions related to this topic. So at first we need to learn about the anomalies, okay. In DBMS, and then you need to learn about the various types of functional dependency, okay. Okay, we have a partial, transitive, trivial, non-trivial, so various, okay, like partial, transitive, okay. So you need to learn about some important concept like prime and non-prime attribute, prime and non-prime, okay. And now you need to learn about like basic concept like closures, how to find the closure of a given relation, okay. So you need to learn about the closures. Before that you need to learn about the prime and non-prime attribute, and also the very realistic is candidate keys, how to relate candidate keys in this topic, okay. So closures. Now you are ready to go Armstrong axioms. Okay, so already asked this question in the previous year, but you need to learn this because various functional dependency will be solved by Armstrong axioms. You can say this is some theorems. Okay, so by using this theorem you can solve easily any normalization questions from this part. Okay, so now different types of normal forms and their differences. Different normal forms. Okay, like you have various types. Okay, so actually Makaut syllabus is just BCNF, fast to BCNF. Okay, but 4NF and 5NF questions asked in the old PR questions. Okay, but in different way, because 4 and 5 actually it is a multi-valued dependency and joint dependency. Multi-valued and joint dependency. Okay, okay, so you need to learn about each normal forms and their differences, so you can solve questions, right? So you have a given relation sets, and you need to check the relation is belong to which normal forms, and according to this you need to convert it into various types of normal forms. Okay, so now, so in this subject you have important concepts like decomposition. Okay, so we have like attribute decomposition or attribute preservation. Okay, attribute preservation and dependency preservation, and also the lossless joint decomposition. So this will be important, okay, for this year. And also here MVD means multiple dependency. Okay, this is a short form. Okay, some difference like difference between lossy and lossless. Means when you divide a table into some portions, then some data will be lost or some data will be no lost. Okay, so according to this, lossless and lossy decomposition is will be held. Okay, so important topic like query tree, this is new. Okay, means you have a SQL query and now you need to construct a tree. Okay, you need to construct a tree, so query tree and its phases. Okay, so now the number fifth topic, SQL. Okay, so in SQL we have various type of SQL commands. This will be also important in the previous year. Some questions already asked from these portions. One means what is DMA, LDDL. Okay, and so views and trigger will be important for this year. So this will be unique point. Okay, and SQL constant. Okay, and aggregate function will also be important for this year. And some questions like SQL queries means you have a table and you have some questions like problem set, and you need to find out the query according to this problem. So we have some subqueries like nested and correlated. So difference between nested and correlated subqueries. Okay. So this type of questions can be asked from SQL portions. Okay. Okay. So various types of clauses in SQL will be also important, like group by, have, with. So, okay, so various types of clauses in SQL will be important for this year. Okay. So now the important chapter for this year is storage strategy. So in the previous year already maximum some questions asked in from this chapter. So now like we need to learn about the secondary memory and like average seek time, average latency time. Okay. So file system in DBMS. Okay. So NTFS. Okay. Some file organizations. Okay. So sequential heap file organization. Okay. Hash file organization, ISAM, B plus tree, and cluster file organization. Okay. So this is B and B plus tree. Here we need to learn about the types of various type of indexes. Okay. So we have single level ordered, we have multi-level, and also we have dynamic multi-level. So in single level we have three types of indexes like primary, secondary, and clustered. Okay. So in dynamic multi-level we have two types of trees like B tree and B plus tree. So in the previous year from B and B plus tree one problem set will be there. Okay. So okay. So some topics like blocking factor, bucket overflow, and dense and sparse index. Also the structure of an index. Okay. So in the structure of index we have a key and pointer, which point actually our secondary memory or storage, how we can optimize our search process. Okay. So structure of index. Okay. See, some numerical can be asked from B and B plus tree. In previous year only one question was asked from B and B plus tree, like we have a data points, some values, and now we need to construct B tree or B plus tree. So B plus tree will be important or B tree will be important for this year. Okay. So you need to prepare according to this. Actually this portion is already covered in the data structure and algorithm subject. Okay, in the third semester. So you already capable of construct B and B plus tree. Okay. So now transaction processing. So no questions means the big, actually no big question already asked in the previous year exams. So this chapter will be the most important for this year. Maximum question will be asked on transaction processing. If the question paper will be easy, then you can check this subject. Okay. So transaction processing will be most important for this year. So transaction processing. So in this chapter we have lots of important questions from this year will be asked. Okay, so at first we need to learn about the transactions means what. Okay, so basic concept related to transaction, basic concept, transaction, then acid properties. Okay, okay, so then transaction state diagram. It should be transaction operations, read, write. Okay, okay, so now, so here we have a various type of schedules. Okay, schedule like we have serial, non-serial, okay, and serial, non-serial, and also we have a serializable schedule. Okay, so now, so here some question can be asked like check serializability. Okay, check serializability means this schedule is serializable or not. Okay, and we have some concept like precedence graph. Okay, so serializability and precedence graph. So some other topics like conflict and view schedule. Okay, and also recoverable, cascadeless, and strict schedule. Okay, so now we need to learn the concurrency control techniques. This is the another part of this chapter. So okay, so in concurrency control technique we have two parts like pessimistic approach or optimistic approach. Okay, so we have two parts like pessimistic and optimistic. In pessimistic we have two parts like log based protocol. This is protocols. Okay, I mean how we can control the concurrency. Concurrency means when same things but multiple items access this same item. So how we can actually deal with these situations. So now we need to learn the concurrency control techniques. I mean we have different types of concurrency control techniques like log based protocols. Okay, like timestamp based protocol, timestamping. So in log based protocol is an application like two phase locking. You already know about that. Okay, so in optimistic we have one things like validation based protocol. Validation based protocol. Okay, so we have here we have the concept of lock. Means we have two types of lock like binary and shared or exclusive lock. Okay, so binary and shared or exclusive lock. So now we have some important concept like here two-phase locking. Okay, but before that, lock manager, 2PL means two-phase locking. Two-phase locking, here we have two phases, growing phase and shrinking phase. Growing and shrinking. So two-phase locking has various types like this already asked in the questions like basic 2PL. Okay, strict, rigorous, conservative. Okay, okay, so we have a timestamp protocol. Timestamp. So in timestamp we have various types. Okay, like basic, strict, total, and multi-version. Okay, so we have like Thomas Wright rule. Okay, so we have a deadlock handling. Okay, and also we have log based recovery. Technique. And in the log based recovery we have deal with log files, and also we'll deal with like default and immediate updates. Okay, so some important topics like concurrency control problems. Okay, concurrency problems. Okay, so we have like dirty read. We have like www write conflict, read write conflict. Okay, so various type of conflict problem is in this case. Okay, so this is some important topics in these transaction processing chapters. So some questions like you have some given schedule, now you need to convert it into serializable schedule. So how you can calculate this? So you can watch in YouTube videos. So these are the summarizations of the overall DBMS suggestion and DBMS questions. So we have left two topics like advanced topic and DBMS parts. Okay, so now we will discuss these chapters. So now we have number 6. Okay, so now this is chapter number 9. So in database security we have like grant revoke in SQL. Okay, so we have some important concept like authentication and authorization. Authentication and authorization can be asked. Okay, authorizations and various types of SQL injection. for database security. Okay, and various types of database security models like authorization model. Okay, so we have MAC, mandatory access control, okay, DAC, and RBAC and RBAC. Okay, so this chapter will be important for this year also. So transaction processing, database security. Okay, this and ER diagram also important for this chapter. And last chapter is like advanced topic. So in advanced topic we have like distributed DBMS. This is another subject of computer science. Okay, like distributed systems, data warehouse and data mining. This is also the another subject. And ORM, object relational model. Okay, and also the web and logical databases. Okay, object oriented model. So advanced topic contains these questions. Okay, so already in previous year distributed system already asked, so you can prepare for object or object relational model, DWDM for DBMS also. Okay, so that is for DBMS. So replication, fragmentation and types can be asked from distributed systems. Okay, so this is the end of the video, and thanks for watching for our videos, and like, share and subscribe our channel for more detailed video. Okay.